process. He going by the name of Chef Tajani.
Are you an indie podcast or content creator looking to reach a wider audience? Look no further. Introducing Podcastic, the ultimate podcast network designed exclusively for indie creators like you. At Podcastic, we believe in the power of unique voices and fresh perspectives. We're here to amplify your passion and creativity, connecting you with the growing community of engaged listeners who crave original content. Podcastic is more than just a platform. It's a support system built for indie podcasters, offering a range of resources to help you succeed. From tailored promotional campaigns to professional production assistance, we're here to help you shine. Our intuitive platform makes it easy for you to be seen and heard. We do all the heavy lifting for you. You just show up and create. Plus, with our advanced analytics, you'll gain valuable insights into your audience's preferences, allowing you to refine your content and grow your fan base. Ignite your passion, expand your reach, and thrive with podcasting. Visit our website at www.podcasticlife.com to get started. Podcastic, the home for indie podcasts and content creators.
I pray that my love for you is bigger than what my parents have.
So you must be my daughter's new friend?
Candy, let me ask you a question.
Oh, so this him? This the man that comforts you more than me?
Mama, all men ain't like daddy.
That's not fair!
Rise and grind, wanna show at 9:15 a.m. Monday through Friday, great conversation, guest appearances, 'cause you experience us on the cusp of blowing up. Wake up, wake up. Rise and grind morning show.
Yeah. You already know what time it is. Welcome to the Rise and Grind Morning Show. Today is a good day. It's warming up in the D. It's only like 43 degrees, but it's warm. It's warm in the D. This is how we supposed to bring heat. Anyway, yeah. Today is a good day. It's just me and Mark in the building. Shani, no Todd, no Brittany, but we are here. We are here. That's number 2. I think you're number 2. Yeah.
Okay, there we go.
There we go.
Ooh, that sounds a lot better.
Yep. So listen, today is a good day. I'm starting off with some great oatmeal that I got from downstairs. It was $5, but hey, yeah, it's some good hearty oatmeal.
It's good hearty oatmeal, huh?
Butter brown sugar.
Butter brown sugar.
Butter brown sugar. Anybody know ever watch What's Happening?
Yeah, I remember that.
Butter brown sugar.
Yeah.
Oh, what is that?
That was like one of my favorite episodes.
That wasn't it?
Yeah.
The old girl was fine as hell. Ooh, shout out to D. She just passed.
Did she?
D, yeah, she passed this
Yeah.
year.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, she was a veterinarian.
Yeah.
I think she died either of MS or something like that.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Or lupus.
Yeah, that's something I didn't know.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
fine,
B to D. Yeah.
B to D.
Sure.
So, so today's gonna be a good day. I got a gas station chronicle, and I'm not gonna lie. This one was kind of pissed me off. You know, it's really pissed me off because I drove. You know, I go to Dearborn gas stations.
Why is that?
Because
cheaper gas.
Cheaper gas. It was $2.23.
Yeah, that's damn.
I was
Was
like,
it?
let me finish filling this boy up. I drove, and it was a line.
Yeah, for $2.23, I should have been in that motherfucking line.
Right. So yeah, you should have. I tell everybody they need to go to Dearborn to get their gas. And by the time I drive all the way out there, yeah, shut up. Anyway, you make sure we got the comments on too.
Yeah, I'm about to go in there in a minute. Hold on, let me get it. I'm getting it together, man. I'm kind of slow today. I'm just waking up. You know what I'm saying?
Just waking up in the morning.
We woke up, and that's all that matters. Praise God.
We woke up. Anyway, my name is Miles Dixon. Of course, you already know me, the one and only, the big homie. Mark is on the ones and twos bringing us to you.
Good morning. Good morning. Good morning.
So we're going to keep on pushing. We're going to get this thing going. Shout out to Jim Animal. They're doing the yearly wrap-up right here Monday. So everybody that's part of podcasting and the part of the podcast family, come on through.
Come on through.
Yeah. Monday, and then in January we got Lauren Lewis wrapping up her I think it's her 4-year anniversary. Shout out to Lauren Lewis in Detroit.
Shout out
City
to Detroit
Deals.
City Deals. Great show last night. It was a beautiful show last night.
Oh,
It was a great show. Great show.
Was on, right?
Yeah, my cousin was on. And if y'all looking for anything crafty, he will be on Detroit City Deals. Yeah, it was a great show, man. And yeah, what he does is very unique. And yeah, it's all about love, man. And you know, it's a great business, and we are really going to patronize his business when he get on Detroit City Deals. So,
Okay.
yeah, look forward to that.
That's what's up. I went to the gas station. It was cars, bro.
Yeah, I can
It was
imagine.
I guess everybody getting hip to going to the Islamic community in order to get served because they had the gas cheap. They had cheap gas. You know what I mean? $2.23. Just a week earlier, later last week, it was $2.27.
Yeah, that's the low, man. God, man,
Yeah, so
that's the low.
if you pay cash, you know you already know how they charge you a dime.
More, right?
I don't agree with that shit, but hey, it is what it is.
Good morning, Sharice.
What up, though, Jay?
The gang's in the building. Everybody's in the building. Good morning, y'all. Good morning, y'all.
What up, though, Tone?
Let's get it hyped up in here, man. I done took me a shot, so I'm ready now. No, I'm just-
I'm like, damn, look at that orange juice to me.
now.
I guess orange juice with vodka work good.
Good morning, Rhea.
Yes, I can tell.
Dorian, what's happening, y'all?
Come on, yes, I can tell. Shut up, Rhea. You can't tell shit.
Yeah, but we ready now. We ready now. We just had to get it together. I'm together now.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not used to the engineering and talking at the same time. So, but I'm back at it. So I'm ready.
It's kind of difficult too.
So good morning. Good morning.
Today's topic is simple as this. It's
What today's topic is.
should prison be rehabilitation or punishment?
Should prison be rehabilitation or punishment? This is a topic I can relate to, you know,
Right.
in a very personal way, you know. So yeah, so this is a great topic. I mean, for me, I mean, it's not set up. It was set up at one point, you know, to rehabilitate. They had different programs. When I first went in, they had different programs at different prisons. I was in a federal prison, so they had things like carpentry, computer, electronics, whatever. And yeah, they had a few programs, but as the government started to cut funds, you know, they started cutting those programs. You know what I'm saying? So it was more like the rehabilitation was like self-rehabilitation.
Right.
You know, you got to basically rehabilitate yourself when you go in there because other than that, like I said, the cutting the funding to different programs. So yeah, it's up to you. It's up to the prisoner, to the person in there to rehabilitate
Want to change,
themselves.
right?
Most definitely. So
Shout out to Soul TV who's checking us out right now.
Shout out to Soul
Vontae
TV.
Simon.
Shout out
Vontae Simon. That sounds like that's how you say his name.
Yeah,
My name is Vontae Simon. Vontae Simon.
that sound like like he from the Netherlands or something.
Right,
a black
right.
guy from the Netherlands.
Hey, good morning, Miss Shirley. Hey, Miss Shirley. She said salute to all. Multitasking is not easy for sure. No, it's not real. Especially engineering.
Man, I used to do it real good. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I just when I was doing my shows. So yeah. But
Yeah.
I'm getting back at it. I'm getting back at it. So yeah, we on the rise and grind. We rising and grinding. So yeah. So like I said, the topic: should prison be rehabilitation or punishment?
I think it should be a mixture.
It depends on the crime. I
Yeah.
think depends on the crime.
If you went to jail for writing a check, I think you should just write your name 2,000 times every 4 hours for punishment. Since you want to fraud, I think that's punishment. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
I mean, and like, you know, this is my own personal opinion. I mean, I'm sure a lot of people agree with it as far as like pedophiles and, you know, child molesters and things like that. I don't think in most cases those people can be rehabilitated. You know what I'm saying? It's a sickness, and, you know, when they get out, more than likely, it'll happen again. So,
like, I never saw a program a day of my life where there are people admitting, you know, you're, hi, my name is Miles Dixon, and I was a drug addict. I was an alcoholic. You know, I was a thief. I never heard say, hi, my name is John, and I was a pedophile.
yeah, you never will, because that's like one of the worst type of people in the world, man. It's very, you know.
I think they should get fired by anal punishment.
By anal punishment. I agree.
I think people who rape people need to get punished in the worst way. I mean, I really do. I think if they rape somebody, I think they need to be raped at least 2 to 3 times a day.
Yeah, I mean,
I do.
Yeah, I mean, it's different. I mean, that's just a different crime, and it's different punishments for different crimes. So, most definitely. Good morning, Richard. Good morning.
Good morning.
Yep, depends on the crime for sure.
Yeah,
I mean,
I'm in agreement, but like people who raping them little boys and all that, man, they need to be fought by. Ain't no punishment. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah. And Dorian said the prison system is the government's plantation according to the 14th Amendment. Most definitely.
Yes.
I'm sure everybody saw that documentary. What was it? I forgot the name of it.
The 12th Amendment with Will Smith.
The 13th, was it the 13th?
It was something, 12th,
something like that. Yeah, but
yeah.
It was all about how after slavery, they had to. Man, they still needed our labor, They still wanted to get it free. So, prison, most definitely.
Rhea said fair time is more rehabilitation. Child molesters is punishment.
No, that's not true, Rhea, because there are a lot of child predators in the federal system because they use the internet, and then they were crossing state lines and all of that. So it's a lot of pedophiles and molesters in the prison system, in the federal prison system. So the Fed is no different than, it's different than state, but it's like people used to make it like it was federal prison was better and, this or that. It was only reserved for people who,
got money,
but it wasn't even like that, man. It's crackheads and everything all in the feds, man. You know what I'm saying?
When you commit a federal crime, you go to federal prison.
Yeah, and not just that. They use, they'll go a crackhead. The feds' whole thing is just building the case. They'll get the smallest guy, a crackhead, and just work their way up. And, so that was a myth. It was like that back in the days, probably. You know what I'm saying? But
the beginning.
Yeah, and back there. But other than that, it was just normal guys. People in there ain't getting no money in the feds. That's a myth.
It's definitely a myth.
Yeah, that was a myth.
Yeah, but see what they related to. It's the 13th, not the 14th. Right, that's what it said. We're trying to figure it out, Jay.
Right, and in each federal prison, they have it's called Unicor, and these are jobs that that they would be paying $25, $35 on the streets for, but they're paying like 50 cents an hour is the highest, you know what I'm saying? And dudes in there making 50 cents an hour, they balling, you know what I'm saying? But they got Unicorn, they make different things. They make office furniture, uniforms, all kind of stuff. They refurbish computers. So it's most definitely about money in there, federal system. So most definitely.
In case you don't know, white collar crimes is the presumption, but I hear you. Thanks for clarifying, because I truly don't know.
Yeah.
Well, you know now, and so you can say you didn't know, but now you know. But anybody, I remember back in the day. Shout out to
Gershon.
I'm not going to try to say his last name, but let us know, Gershon, where you watching us from, and how did you hear about us? We'll let them know. So I remember when people had this thing like, all the big dope dealers go to the feds, right? Mm-hmm. Well, if they went to the feds, it's a trick to it too. So you got to really think about other things.
Yeah.
And everybody that goes to feds, like Mark said, does not have money.
Yeah, most definitely. That's a myth. That's especially nowadays.
Wait a minute, is that my stomach? Oh no.
Oh, let me hide it.
No, you can't hide it. You want to hide it with the lower thirds. Anyway, so Jay Sharice said something. What did Jay say? Because I'm interested. If American punishments were more stern, people would think harder before they do a crime. Very true. Because people be getting off, man. Because these lawyers, man, a lawyer who stay on his game can get a client a little time. You know what I mean? That orange juice looking kind of thin. Is alcohol in there? Huh?
No, it's orange juice.
Okay, it looks a little watery there.
Orange juice to brighten my day. Shout out to the OJ.
So, listen, so I really believe that if the crime was punishing other people, like hurting people, I think the prison system should be punishable. I think you should be punished by the crime that you commit.
Yeah, I most definitely agree.
If you wrote a bad check, you need to sign your name 20 500 times or 25,000 times a day, and every time you don't meet your mark, damn it, you have to do another day in jail.
Yeah, I mean, white collar. I mean, so that's a white collar crime, and they say it's a victimless crime, but I mean, just the
If
whole.
it got to be a victim. It can't be a victimless crime because you're in prison. You victimize someone.
Good morning, Joy.
Fella.
I just love that name, Joy.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying, for a woman.
You bring me, and she probably just a meanie. Anyway, a meanie. Joy, tell us, how did you hear about us, and how you know of
Morning,
Rising Ground
Calvin.
Show? We like to know. Morning, folks. Cal. Shout out to today. Pod Talk is going down today. We live in that pod life. This is what we do. I'm kind of hyped because I just had my oatmeal for the day. I had some brown sugar. I had it in there, and it was good.
So Rhea says, how do you both feel about those that have been exonerated? They've spent years incarcerated for crimes they didn't commit, but get out and the world still convicts them. That's why I don't agree with the death penalty unless it's a confession and it's proven they killed someone and it wasn't self-defense.
I agree with you, Rhea.
Yeah.
I agree with you. The people that has been exonerated, I feel for them in many ways, but I'm also happy for them because they did compensate a lot of them.
Yeah, but in some states they have laws where they can't be compensated for the wrongfully convicted crime.
Let me guess. It's the South.
It's a couple states. Okay. Yeah, it's a couple states like that. And I believe one of them probably is the South, probably Mississippi or somewhere, something like that.
So if anybody want to look that up, we want to know what states can people not be compensated for wrongfully accused crimes,
wrongful convictions.
Wrongful convictions. Yeah. I would say this. I seen one guy. Shout out to the movie Mercy. I love the movie.
Yeah,
was it Mercy or Just Mercy?
Yeah.
I
think it's Just Mercy. I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
It's as humble as I may be. I think they was in the movie. Oh boy, what's his name?
Yeah.
What's the lead? What's the lead? He is an old comedian. What's his name? Jamie Foxx.
Yeah.
Jamie Foxx had mentioned about the Dixon Boys had done something to some white folks, right? So the story about my father and his brothers, they done something to some white folks in that city. And it was crazy. I'm like, dang, were they talking about my dad and his brothers? So I don't know, but he did bring up the Dixon Boys. So Just Mercy was dope. Business and podcasting scaling in 2026 was going to be talked about on Pod Talk today. So check us out. It's today at 5 o'clock.
That's scaling.
Yeah.
That's the key word, scaling, baby.
Yeah. Sure. That's a myth that they hold their money up for sure. Yeah, it's a myth. So listen, I'm not going to lie. It was something that, off the subject real quick, and then get back on subject, was something that somebody sent me something about the mentality of people on social media. If y'all go to my page, check it out. It's really interesting because you was hearing it, right? There's something what they was talking about. It was kind of about how rich folks don't go on Instagram. Rich folks go to YouTube and podcasts, Apple Podcasts. So it's kind of crazy. Like, we got to really think about certain things, how other people really line things up. And while they know the truth and we just assume what we assume, we kind of crazy for that. So back on topic, the punishment part. I think, do it need to be brutal? No. Do it need to be severe? Yes. I think those other countries, you rape somebody and it's proven that you raped them, cut your penis off, cut the boy off.
Cut them off.
You would never use it again, or numb that boy.
For kids, people, well, I kind of agree with that. That's kind of brutal, but they do. That's dirty. That's some horrible stuff too. But
it has to be proven.
Violate somebody.
It has to be proven.
Yeah.
I don't trust our system, so it has to really be proven.
Okay, so Dorian says, this country is a land of laws made up by illegal immigrants who took land from the natives, then instituted laws to finesse the same people for their land built on cheap slave labor.
Yeah.
What is criminal when the people who wrote the laws are criminal?
Oh, shit.
We know how this thing is. Yeah, we know how to what happened and everything. Yeah, most definitely.
I mean, definitely.
It's just, we have to.
It's total of 16 states. Damn.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Are they all are they mostly southern states, Jay?
I would
assume.
Yeah, I would assume for sure.
Because
the South. She says the South only has 3 states. Yeah, so that's something right there. So, yeah, that's
wow.
So they will not. You can't get paid if they done took your
20 years of life.
Yeah, your life, man. People are doing 40 and 50 years, man, and getting out and being exonerated after all that time.
Right.
What the? That's just that's insane.
Ms. Lemons, chime in if you can about exoneration funds. I guess that's somebody who she knows what's up. Dana Pinkney.
Mm-hmm.
It sounds like I know her. All right, I agree. That's just her tagging people.
Mm-hmm.
So listen, what Dorian said is correct. Like I told people, we be thinking that hypothetically speaking, Caucasians like the smartest people, right? When actually they probably like the slowest, because they would get us to pick the cotton, right? You hear me, Mark? They would get us to pick the cotton, then go sell it to the Jews so the Jews can make clothes and sell it back to them. So it's like that makes sense.
I mean, I don't like to speak about. I don't think about the past. You know what I'm saying? I'm looking forward. So I don't.
You got to hold on. Wait a minute.
Yeah, we all know how this land was, built and who the backs were that it was built upon. Yeah, we know all that. We know all that. So we have to.
I don't think we know.
Yes, we do. We know.
I don't think we
the
know.
people who know aren't doing, they say when you know better, you should do better.
And that's not true.
It's too many of us that know better that aren't doing better to, make things change. So that's what I'm about. I'm about solutions. I don't focus on what happened in the problems, you know what I'm saying? So I won't comment on what, on who did what and what, I'm looking forward. So that's my thing.
So even if you're looking forward, you still have to know who the enemy is.
Exactly, for sure.
Yeah,
I know. Yeah, we know.
You still have to know who the enemy is.
Yeah, we know.
And you still need to know how to approach and how to move, how to maneuver.
Exactly. That's why I'm not commenting.
Hey, y'all, give us a call at 810-560-0658. Give us a call at 810-560-0658. You are watching the Rise of Ground Morning Show. It's me and Mark Deasy is here. A lot of people have checked in this morning. Shout out to everybody. We had Toxic Tone check in, Rhea, Dorian, a couple people name I can't pronounce, but they checked in too. It's Richard Heath and everything.
Oh yeah.
Today the government is the illegal mafia.
Yeah, it's just blatant now. You know what I'm saying? It's always been like that. It's just blatant now with no regard for anybody, the Constitution.
It's broadcast.
So most definitely.
It's broadcast. It'd be like, we need help out here, so.
Yeah,
we'll call the guards. I never forgot. I never thought that. What did you never think about? I don't know. I'm not say that, but what you never thought? Give us a call 810. I agree with Mark.
Yeah. Like we said,
moving forward.
Exactly.
But I mean, don't get me wrong. It's hypothetically speaking. So here we go moving forward, right? Without bringing up the past, right? Mm-hmm. So there's a reminder, right, that needs to be spoke of every time we move forward, because people don't understand why we moving like we're moving, because sometimes we have to get busy. Dorian Child said this country reads at a 6th grade level, dumbing down people who is how you dumbing down people is how you control people. So most definitely. Yeah. And that's another reason Detroit equals family. That's what we're about, educating. We got to come in our communities and educate ourselves. We can't depend on. No, you can't depend on.
Yeah,
people,
so that's what we're about, educating. So
Rhea said,
okay.
Rhea
Hold on, we're gonna take this call real quick.
So how did you find honest work? How do you live outside of prison? The system is flawed, but how do we correct the problem?
First, we have to get involved. Second, we need to elevate the youth. Exactly. Not act like them. Third, we need to have mentors, etc. I agree. 1,000%.
Caller, you in the air.
Definitely.
Caller.
Good morning.
Good morning, Jay.
Good morning.
Good morning, Jay.
Good morning, Mark. The thing that I never thought was white people were smarter the smartest. I was never raised to think such a retarded statement.
Yeah, right. But a lot of people do. Yeah,
That's so unfortunate.
And a lot of people think white people was rich. Every time, man, they make you
so unfortunate.
Everybody think that white people is rich and actually they're the poorest people in America. Mm-hmm. But go ahead.
So I have some major concerns when it comes to our prison system, right? Mm-hmm. And it's pretty much what most people are saying. Like, the punishment definitely needs to fit the crime. However, I really just believe if we were stricter on people breaking our laws, and the punishment that they get because of it, then maybe not, people would not go to crime for their first, and okay, let me rephrase. Okay, they would just give a harder thought before they commit a crime.
Oh yeah,
that is my true belief. If we were as stern on our laws like these other countries are, like, do you understand that the motherfucking people who really do that in the streets and do that stuff, like, they are looking, other countries, they are looking to come to America, coming to America and doing a crime here. They I'll do that time in your jail with no problem.
Yeah.
And I mean, and it's so many movies, so many television shows that perpetuate that bullshit. That it got to be some truth in it.
Yeah. Well, it don't have to be truth. It has to be no truth in it.
We just get a little bit more like they are in China with cutting
hands up. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, if we really believed in these laws and became real stern on this your motherfucking punishment, and it ain't, or you just gonna be in a prison cell for 3 years. No, nigga, we about to do some horrific shit to you.
Yeah, there's some countries for thievery, they cutting off a hand.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean,
yeah,
that's kind of extreme. Goddamn it!
I mean, but think about it, Mark. If motherfuckers was told,
if they did it here, it'll be a whole bunch of motherfuckers walking around here with no hands, because as long as there's no opportunity, people gonna do what they gotta do. You know what they feel like they gotta do. So it's all about bringing opportunity, man.
Yeah,
that's what it's about.
But this is my thing. I hear you, and I agree to disagree, because the opportunities are already out here.
Yeah.
You just got to be the person that's motivated to seek it. See, a lot of people want to sit on their ass and want a handout instead of going out there seeking that shit.
Right.
It's too many places that I see that say fucking hiring.
Right. Yeah.
So there's opportunities everywhere.
I totally agree.
When I speak about opportunity, I'm not talking about grown motherfuckers. I'm talking about kids. When I refer to, anything in that aspect, I'm talking about kids.
Yeah, but they were kids. So in other countries,
stop this cycle.
Well, in other countries, they don't cut your hands. You have to be like an adult. You have to be over the age of 18.
Yeah, I'm just saying. Giving opportunity to kids. You know what I'm saying? I'm not talking about grown up.
Well, honestly, children have a lot of opportunity. We don't never put our children in place to be in a good opportunity, because
I'm hanging up so I can listen.
Peace. We don't never teach our children how to grow and go. We teach them just to go. You know what I mean? We always put the go in front of grow when we need to put grow in front of go. And it's only because nothing grows quickly. Everything takes time. Everything takes maturity. Dorian says the laws are to protect the property of the owners of this country. True. And that's what the difference between Detroit police and a lot of other police officers, because other police officers are trained to protect the buildings, the businesses. Detroit people is vowed to protect the people. So we have to think about that. Give us a call, 810-560-0658. That's 810-560-0658. We talking about, should prison be rehabilitation or punishment? I say both. And only because we need to bring back trades in the prison system. I really don't think it costs that much as they say it did.
The funding, man. They need prisons, you know what I'm saying? So as far as rehabilitation, they want to make sure they got occupancy.
Most definitely. I mean, but they still have occupancy due to the crime that they're in prison for. Call you on there.
Well, that was the whole point of the 13th and the 14th Amendment. Free us, and then all of a sudden, it's a land of laws.
Right.
That's what happened.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
We got to look. a lot of our ancestors were thrown in prison or what we like to call prison camps because they created laws. They turned those same slave catchers into the police department.
For sure.
They didn't like the Irish. The Irish weren't considered white.
Right.
They were mostly Catholic. They didn't like Catholicism because Catholicism goes against Protestant. Protesting is the word in Protestant, right?
Right.
So this country is founded by white Protestants who split away from the Catholic Church, who founded America on a business premise. This has always been a business. That's why we're consumers. That's why we don't own nothing. The owners of the land, the family that owned this place, created these laws. They figured after the Civil War, because you could remember there was dueling. You could shoot somebody. Oh, I got a problem with you. I go out and shoot you. But guess what? That only was done by the white people. Black people didn't have any weapons, nor were we barely even free. So these laws, once we were free, you got 3 or 4 million black people in the country at the time. And they decided we're going to turn them into vagrants because we knew that if push come to shove, because the thing is, how you going to protect property? And that's what the laws are. The police department, do you know the police department legally you're not supposed to protect you?
Right.
They don't supposed to protect.
That's allowing the car, protect and serve.
Yeah, it's allowing protect and serve owners of the property.
Yeah.
Like property crimes. You ever notice that about if someone breaks in your house, a car, you got different. All of these laws happen because we were freed. They understood white supremacy really does not technically exist. You know what it really is? Is white fear. They've always feared us. They feared that if they ever freed us completely and give us some money, we was gonna take their head off. And
were they about right?
So they created these laws to keep us in prison. That's why most of the record companies own the prisons. They got investments in that. We are fools to think this is our land, and that all of these laws are right. If it was I only recognize certain crimes, willful murder, rape,
right,
and child molestation, stuff like that. Those are, to me,
true crimes.
The only real crimes that are really truly being committed. Because if you think about it, we're gonna say fraud. The government's committed fraud forever. We're going to say, well, you stole something? How the hell are you going to accuse a black person of stealing something when you deprived him of? Help him build this place that you deprived him of all the riches here. You're a criminal.
Very true.
So that's what I just want to point out when we talk about these things, and the fact that the entire criminal system, prison system, the law, whatever, is flawed and it's built on our backs.
Yeah. Jay Sharif said the laws are there. Why isn't the issue? The creation of them is debatable. How do we learn to live with them? We shouldn't.
You have to.
No, we don't have to. We can fight them. But you gotta go to a place to fight them. And you can't fight them with your just sitting there about, oh, that's some bullshit. You have to go to Capitol Hill. Laws are made to be challenged.
For sure.
Yeah.
But the only way that can be accomplished if we unify, and other things have to take place, and we have to fight them economically. You know what I'm saying? That's how we have to fight.
That's the number one way.
Our participation in this system is the problem for us. We have too much. When we talk about we need to go and teach our kids to be out here, it is the same premise.
Oh yeah,
continuing to make consumers.
Yeah, hold on.
You make willful people.
Thank you, Dorian.
All right.
Peace. Yeah. Call back when you get a chance, get an opportunity. Thank you for listening to the Rise and Grind Morning Show. You are checking out one of the hottest morning shows in the morning, guaranteed. And if you can hear our voice, what you can do is just share it to your people. If y'all got groups that's in your phone, hit the share link, hit share, copy link, and drop it into y'all groups that y'all have that's on your phone, okay?
I agree.
We had another caller calling in. My big ass fingers. Call you in there.
Hey, good morning, gentlemen. This is G calling in, man.
What up, though, G calling in?
What up, though? I agree with the brother Mark, man, on what he was saying about the opportunities and everything. because I mean the best prevention is it's better to prevent it than to prevent it in childhood and then the teenage years, adolescence. You do things that causes the prevention of it, because once we there as adults, we there, right? And it's like nothing. It's like, you could say, well, if the laws was harder, right? Some kids grow up in prisons within their homes,
right? Most
so
definitely.
they might jump out there in them streets to do some things to get them some money to get away from that prison. They don't give a damn about going to the other prison, because for them, they need right now. They don't have time to get out this situation. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And it's a lot of people like that. So it's some things that a person can go through that can make them say, well, I take this chance. A kid growing up hungry, every night, you know what I'm saying? And no matter why they growing up hungry, it's just the fact that they growing up hungry, whether it's because of the parent, the this, whatever. They growing up hungry. Exactly. Once they get to the age where somebody throw a pack in their face and say, you want to get some money, now he thinking about feeding him and the family. Because a lot of times he ain't just thinking about, because if he hungry, his mama was hungry, his sisters was hungry, his brothers was hungry.
Yeah, exactly.
So he don't care about what prison gonna be like, because I've been living in the prison since I came out the womb. So I take the chance they're going to this other one to get some resolution for me right now. So, I mean, whether it should be punishment, no, it should be a thing to where people don't have to make those decisions. But when you're desperation causes people to make them decisions.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. And as we all know, poverty breeds crime. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So that's what I'm
saying.
Poverty, wherever there's poverty, there's going to be crime. Ain't no crime in Bloomfield. I mean, things happen everywhere, but no crime, the everyday crime in damn Bloomfield Hills, you know what I'm saying? Places like that where, affluent people live. So poverty breeds crime. So we have to attack poverty in order to, that's the first thing. And that's it. Detroit equals family. That's what we're about. That's what we're doing. We're attacking poverty, so we get to the root of the problem. We got to get to the root of it. We can't, all these Band-Aids and everything, man, we got to get to the root, and the root is economics, man. It's all based on economics. So that's what we're about. We're about solutions, so that's what we need, solutions. We know the problems. We just need solutions. So that's what I'm more focused on. So, I know.
I agree, I agree, brother. Because like I say, if we don't find a solution to people going to prison, it don't matter whether it's punishment or rehabilitation. They still going. They still being pulled off the street. So I agree, and I also agree with Dorian. I think that was Dorian, the last caller.
Yeah.
I agree with him somewhat. Where he said he don't recognize certain crimes. I can't say I don't recognize them, because if I do them, the law gonna recognize and put my ass in prison, right? Exactly. But I do agree that some of the crimes that we have is what America has been built off of, and what the structural powers still do to this day. So it's like, bro, like and I just one example, and then I'm gonna get off the phone. The opioid epidemic. We didn't make the most money off of that on the street level. No, the pharmaceuticals and the government made the most money off of that.
Yes, most definitely, yeah. Most definitely.
And they got these people addicted. Same with the crack epidemic, but opioids was pharmaceuticals, right? Exactly. So you had legal drug dealing.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? But they knew what they were doing by pumping them drugs out to people and getting them hooked like that.
Exactly.
They had to do something with all that opium they was taking from Afghanistan.
And just threw it out here in the streets, and when it started affecting, different communities, then it became an epidemic, and they had to reinforce all these laws, put these laws in. So
and they gave them help. Yeah. Because Ground Zero was places like West Virginia, where it's mostly those people, not us. And Tennessee and different things like that, but those were the ground zeros, and that's why they treated it as a health crisis, and not like they treated the the crack cocaine epidemic, you know. But I'm gonna get on with that because that's a whole nother story
Yeah,
for another time, gentlemen.
For sure. Appreciate you calling in, G, for sure, man.
Hey, man, I appreciate y'all, man. Keep doing great.
Yep. So yeah, man. It's we know the problems. You know what I'm saying. So yeah, it's up to us to figure out the solutions. And Dorian said, think about the families that got burned out and died over the last few days because of fire, poverty in most cases. I agree, man. I agree. People can't pay that that DTE bill and got to use. It used to happen a lot back in the days, for real, when they had those space heaters, man. It was always, man, just catastrophes, man, during the winter, man, fires, man, from people trying to stay warm, man, because, man, no heat and just, it's poverty, man, poverty. So, yeah, we got to attack poverty. The government got people hooked on crack. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I mean, yeah, we know that. Yeah, they did. So, yeah, we here. I don't know where Miles went. He just left me out here, so I'm just out here. I got to talk and be by myself. Now I know how Lake feel. Shout out to Lake. Shout out to my girl Lake. Hey, Lake, wherever you at, hope you having a great day. Wish you was here with me. I'm here by my damn self now. So yeah, y'all. So we talking about, should prison be rehabilitation or punishment? And like I said, I've been to prison, man, and yeah, I saw a lot of self-rehabilitation. I saw guys, doing what they had to do to be better people, so when they got out, they could be productive in, society. So for the most part, yeah, it's self-imposed rehabilitation, and yeah, they punish you. But yeah, it's up to you to rehabilitate yourself because, yeah, like I said, they're cutting the funding for a lot of programs. They have programs in the feds. Most of the programs, the classes, different classes, are ran by other inmates. They have inmates, running stock classes, teaching you how to do stocks and bonds and everything, even though they in there for, committing some kind of, securities fraud, or, they got them teaching you how to, do stocks, options, and things like that. They got whatever, specialized knowledge, an inmate head. They usually would get a class and teach other inmates about things that they could use when they got out. So that's what it mostly was, man. The prison didn't provide too much rehabilitation at the time. After I went in, like I said, it was there in the beginning, but I stayed in there 7 years, and the first 2 years, you could sign up for carpentry classes, computer tech or something like that, some kind of classes dealing with computers. But yeah, you could sign up for those classes, but like the first 2 years after that, it was cut off. The funding was cut off, and yeah, it just got bad. So it was all about self-rehabilitation for the most part. So the government, saying Venezuela is the contributor of fentanyl is a farce. They want their oil and resources, so he's going to tell us that's the reason we're going to war. Yeah, they, it's all smoke and mirrors, you know what I'm saying? So, yeah, I agree with that. Definitely agree with bringing the trades and gainful work back to the correction system. And that's something I don't think it'll ever happen, unfortunately. I don't think it'll ever happen, man, because they don't want to, use the money to rehabilitate, the people in there for the most part. They feel like, hey, we aren't worthy of their money, their tax dollars, to rehabilitate convicts. So, yeah, most of the U.S. prison population is in there for nonviolent offenses.
Facts.
Yeah, I agree with that. Dorian, for sure.
I mean, and here's the thing: they took out the education for prisoners, because prisoners was getting educated while they was in there. Mm-hmm. Right? Prisoners was getting educated, so hell of they became lawyers. Right, inside the prison system, defending themselves.
And man, it's some bad. I mean, it's so much talent in prison. You know what I'm saying?
Most definitely, because they was talented when they was out here.
Yeah, I mean, no. The thing was, they didn't know it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Those guys didn't discover their talents until they got to prison. And yeah, like I said, it's some guys in there who are, man, Johnny Cochran level type lawyers. You know what I'm saying?
I forgot. 50 Cent actually did a movie, TV series on someone who wound up defending a lot of people in prison.
Yeah, I can't think of that, but
I can't think of the story.
Profit cycle for sure. Good morning, Sherelle. We have a caller.
Caller.
What up, though? Okay, Mark, I got a question for you. This is Jay Sharice again.
Yes,
we know.
So so I'm in prison, right? Doesn't matter the crime. I'm in prison. I am rehabilitated.
Right.
I've taken some trade courses in there. I've furthered my education in there. So quote on, I'm putting the air quotes up. That's supposed to make me a better person, right?
You said
I
that's
come
supposed
out.
to make you a better person?
I'm saying like, so to the parole board or whoever, I'm rehabilitated. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Okay. Now I come out. If we don't change how America thinks about criminals, it doesn't matter if I'm rehabilitated or not. Most of the jobs that I could come out here and do on there, it asks you for a reason. Have you ever been in prison? Have you ever got convicted of a crime?
Yeah.
Have you ever this? Have you ever that? That question is on there for a reason. Okay. Now I understand that there are some states that have taken those questions off, but for the majority state, the majority of states, that shit's still on the application.
Right.
What difference does it make if I'm rehabilitated or not? If I come into your place of employment, and you're one of the people who don't believe a criminal is always a criminal.
Yeah, and that's the main thing. A lot of guys that who I was around while I was in prison, they were telling me, and I learned this when I got out of prison. Don't expect to go out there and get a job. You gotta work on yourself while you're in here, and really go out in the world looking to be an entrepreneur. Because for me, I got out of prison and I didn't get a job. I filled out 1,000 applications because I was on supervised release, so it was mandatory that I'm looking for a job. So I filled out, so many applications. I felt it was just crazy. And nobody ever called me. Nobody, you know what I'm saying? So I understand exactly what you're talking about. And yeah, you just have to be set to come out here and be an entrepreneur. And, places do hire felons because they get some kind of tax break, for hiring felons. But you can't depend on that because, like I said, when I got out, it took me, and not until I basically started doing, contracting work. That's the only way I, started making money. You know what I'm saying? I started doing property preservation, and so I couldn't find a job. And it was because of that felony.
Most of the people that I know that has come out, and they have come out more educated than what they were when they went in.
Yes.
They've also come out with trades. But guess what? They can't find a damn job. So most of them, not all, but most of them end up having to do exactly what you said. They had to go into business for themselves, right? Yeah. Now, I do know a brother that in his prison, they were teaching them that. They were teaching them entrepreneurship. They had to take the business classes and the accounting classes and things like, and, the HR classes. That was a must because they knew when they came out, hey, it ain't going to be much out there for you.
Yeah.
So let us set you up. So when you do come out, you're already set up and you're hitting the ground running. I think that for the people who we are looking to rehabilitate, because let me just say this. Every motherfucker prisoner can't be rehabilitated. That motherfucking mass murderer, guess what? That nigga need to die.
Well, he shouldn't even be out.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
He shouldn't even be out.
And I don't want my tax dollars to go take care of him. He need to be in a dungeon in the cave or something.
And I think that's a lie. I think money being funneled is how is things being paid for, but we $1 trillion in debt. That's bullshit. Here's what we got to really think of.
I'm hanging up so I can listen.
Okay, thanks.
Damn. Trying to talk.
You're right, man.
Trying to talk and getting upset and drink tea ain't good. Our government, and I say our government, have been abusing us since we've been here. And they're gonna continue to abuse us. And it's sad enough to say we keep falling for it. Some say we don't have a choice. We do. Do Miles Dixon have the answer? No. But there's a lot of people collectively do. To sit up here and say that our money is going to pay for prisoners, but this country is in $1 trillion of debt, I think it's bullshit. We have to really think that someone is taking care of us, and the people they're taking care of is not us. We're only 13% of the population. 4% of us are in jail and prisons. Don't worry about this damn mug, Rhea.
You're doing cross promotion.
I drink it because it's a mug, okay? When I get my Rising Ground mug, sure will not see your mug on here again. So anyway,
you just messed that up, Reed.
So anyway, hold on. Go ahead, take a go. Caller, you in there? Caller.
Hey, this G again.
What up, G?
Hey, look, man, one thing, man, is mental health, dude, and we ain't talked about that, but that's one part of the rehabilitation that I think should be mandatory. That's not mental health services, therapy, counseling.
They'll never do it
because a lot of the reason that a lot of us are in fucking prison is because of undiagnosed mental health problems.
They'll never do it.
It's a lot of crazy people in prison.
They will never do it.
And then you go in there, you get, and if let's say your mental health problem is PTSD, now you go in there, your shit compounded, or now you have PTSD with whatever you already had that made you commit your crime going in there. You know what I'm saying? Like it's like
Dorian, you're right, but no. You're right.
For some people, it ain't gonna work. You know what I'm saying? Like we say, some people, we know it's the mental health thing, and we know that person can't be fixed, so they just need to go where they go, you know? Yeah. But it's a lot of people, they get out with the exact same mental health problem. If they didn't did a trade, you know, maybe they went in when it was the trade programs and everything, but they didn't address that mental health issue that they had. So now, they working a job, but he beating the fuck out the manager now.
Yeah. So here's the problem. Here's the situation. They would never do it. They make too much money off of mental health medicine. They make money damn near the same amount of money that they make on that drug that they make on doing dialysis. Yeah. We have to really understand.
Of course.
We have to understand that the game does not come in to play until we start making our own rules. Yeah. And that's the only way we're gonna have the game in our favor. Exactly. And if no one ever get a chance to look up into the Negro League, how it started, how it came about, and how it ended, is the exact same way as the test of the Black Panthers, and Black Wall Street. These are examples of what's what. If we not the day we are free is when you see 3 inches of blood overflow the streets, and it's sad to say, but it's true. None of us will never be free of this country until war come amongst our own land. And
but at least you could be in your right damn mind while you got to be in it. So when the fight is ready, your ass is ready to fight. Because
exactly, that's what I said.
If your mental ain't right, we don't care how strong you is, because you're gonna break down in the middle, or you gonna do some dumb shit, go get yourself killed. Yeah. So once again, it still come back to a mental health crisis, because we have swept mental health under the rug, ignored it for so many generations.
Yeah, but we can't count on it. We can't count on
now the shit at our doorstep, man.
We can't count on them to do it because they're not going to do it.
Exactly.
We have to do it as people.
Well, no, I'm just saying that's one of the solutions. Exactly. Whether they do it or we do it. It's mental health, man. We got to address the mental health issues.
Yeah, I totally.
But that's all I had, brothers.
Thank you, G.
Thanks, G.
Hey, y'all, give us a call at 810-560-0658. 810-560-0658. Today, you watching the Rise and Grind Morning Show. Me and Marcus here. Shout out to Shani, Brittany, and Todd, and the rest of the crew for the Rise and Grind Morning Show. Cam and Little Nee, Gigi. This is a good topic. I'm getting texts from people who I didn't even know who watch. But they're like, man, this is a great topic. So,
and just like G said, I mean, I said the other day, we need therapists on the corners, on every corner, like we got liquor stores. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
About communities. You know what I'm saying?
All day.
That's mental health is a huge part of us, just healing as a people.
So I challenge anybody to find at least one person who's willing to work pro bono at least 12 to 16 hours a day on mental health, and we'll find a place for it to happen. Okay,
and that's something. Yeah, we most definitely will be. Yeah, we bringing that to our community.
Yeah, find a therapist who's willing to work 12 to 16 hours. I'm not gonna say a week. Let's start with a month for right now.
We need a lot of family healing, man. For real, we need a lot of family.
But the problem with therapists, a lot of times, therapists are good to be therapists, but they have messed up lives themselves.
Yeah, but
sometimes
all we need is their specialty. They
but
good at what they do. You know what I mean?
But hear me out.
They might need some therapy themselves.
But hear me out. The minute that it's exposed is when we don't believe, and this is the bad part about us. We don't believe in what you're not doing. You can't tell me that I need to overcome my fear of swimming, and you don't know how to swim. People have to, again.
But the therapy session is about you.
Yeah, but
we ain't gonna, no, it ain't about them. It's about you. You know.
I get, but you can't tell that to somebody who's mentally ill.
Yeah, I mean,
you just can't do it. I mean, and it's just like in life when people be trying to come down on their parents. I mean, trying to come down on their children. And they don't know how to do math, or they don't know how to do English.
Yeah, for sure.
You feel me? Dorian said, Black America needs mental health rehabilitation because we are traumatized by our own government. Now, that's very true. So if anyone can hear the sound or the tone of my voice or can see the visual of me and Mark, please ask one therapist that you know where they donate 12 to 16 hours at a time, and I have space for them. Okay, let's do it. We do have to address mental health issues, but real talk, there are a lot of people playing crazy, and they damn good at it, right?
That's funny.
Yeah. But here's the thing: there's a lot of people who not playing, who don't even think they have a problem.
Yeah.
So those are the things that need to be addressed. The people who don't think it's a problem. And they see this. Shout out to E-Block Radio, Quincy Lewis. That's a strong. It's strong, but it's crazy. I was just looking at E-Block Radio right here in front of me. So, yes, definitely. Why would he even know
the are about you, not the therapist, right?
Yeah. Why do you even know that a therapist? Well, the whole thing. Okay, Miss Sharice, let's start there. Let's go. So Miss J. Sharice already said she got 3 of them. So let's get started. And the problem I'm saying that is because we can't keep talking about what we need and we ain't gonna try to provide nothing.
Right, exactly.
So I'm down for solutions all day.
Actionable steps.
Yes.
That's what we need for the show.
Yes. So today has been very productive. I like the direction that we're going. Therapist is there to get us back on programming.
We talking about family, man. We talking about family. We need family healing, man. Once we get that family healing.
So no, I think we miss what he's saying. Sometimes we got to hear what somebody's saying. He's saying that they are taught to get us back into a program because they are programs themselves. Depending on the track history of the therapist is would determine which way your actions are going to go. A lot of times, yes, we talking about we need educational programs, but the educational programs is based off of how we begin education. It's the wrong education, and they follow the program that they're supposed to, which is to get us back on track on schooling. I tell people all the time, college is good for some people. College is not good for all people, okay? Everybody is not, quote unquote, stable enough to be in college. However, are they able to put up some drywall, turn a screwdriver, screw a pipe around? Yes. So, again, I understand what Dorian's saying, but I do know what you're saying too, Mark. Give us a call, 810-560-0658, 810-560-0658.
Take the damn rib.
I mean,
right.
6'7", it all depends. 6'7".
Take that red bucket, huh? Yeah, take that red pill.
Shit, the blue one might be worse. It all depends. I think we just have to start to really focus on getting better, healing our mental.
Focus on us, you know.
Man, healing our health.
Yeah, focus on
us. We just have to really think about
people, you know what I'm saying? We've been programmed. Okay, Dorian says, we've been programmed to be dutiful consumers and workers. True, some people have. I've been got out of that mindset, most definitely. But yeah, we are, for sure, they are.
It's good to ask questions in life, but if a person never listens to other people because they're looking at their
actions and not their own is an issue. We are not right all of the time. We all need to be coachable, most definitely.
You definitely have to be coachable. If you're not coachable, you can't be hopeful, for sure. So listen, as I'm thinking about what's going on, everybody keeps saying mental health. Physical health is just important. Because if you're physical intact, your mind can think right. Mm-hmm. You cannot think right if your body is messed up. Mm-hmm. You know, if you want to have pre-post dementia and you're 18, 20 years old, that's crazy. People forget a lot of.
Sharice say, but I've been unhooked from the matrix. I'm just glad that I'm now meeting more people that are either unhooked or trying to become unhooked.
Yeah,
most definitely.
Yeah, to be unhooked from the matrix is very important. However, being in the matrix ain't bad neither. And I'm gonna say that for a reason. If anybody want to call in and ask me about that, I think that'll be dope. Continue to support and pay taxes. Hold on, let me see what you're doing. No, continue to support and pay taxes and agree with your own oppression.
You gotta pay taxes.
Yeah, no.
Have your ass right in prison.
No, hold on, no. There are actually laws. There's laws that say you don't have to pay taxes. You just have to follow that law that says it.
Try it then.
I mean, shout out to people like Jay-Z. I remember Jay-Z used to say, I make more money, I pay more taxes than you make money, right? Mm-hmm. Then he went from that to saying he hardly pay any taxes, right? Yeah. Then he went to saying he don't pay no taxes.
Yeah, when you got money, you can.
No, even when you don't have money, you can have money. You can set up trusts and things like that. You don't have to have money
to do that.
I mean, you got the money to do it, but you have to keep. You don't have to be a millionaire to do it. You don't have to be a billionaire to do it. You can't even. You don't have to be a thousandaire.
And that's the thing. Our people don't know that.
Yeah.
So we have to give them that.
So even with Bitcoin, people don't understand. You can buy $5 worth of Bitcoin. People don't know that. Like, Bitcoin might be 117,000, but you could buy a piece of that. Mm-hmm. You can buy a piece of it every single day. Mm-hmm. You know, and you can buy how much you want to. You can buy a little $5 a day to start your trail, your works on Bitcoin.
That takes having the mindset. You know what I'm saying? And that's something we gotta. Yeah, we lack. Too many of us lack that mindset to do things like that. I think that's something we need to start promoting in our culture. For sure.
I think today or tomorrow is the last day to invest into this thing called Fanbase. Fanbase costs $400, $399 until you get 60 shares. I think if I could find one or two people to go in on me on Fanbase, I think we get 60 shares and just create a company that own those shares and let it keep growing, let it keep growing, let it keep growing. So anybody who want to go in on me with Fanbase, today's the last day, I believe, it's $400 and we can have shares in Fanbase. All these social medias and Fanbase is made for you to make money. Fanbase is not meant for you to just socialize and all that, but it's a way for you to make money. Mm-hmm. And I think if anybody want to go in on me, no, I don't have my own $400 to go direct and get it. So if I would like to go in with somebody and partner up with them and then we create our own company that owns that stock, I think it's dope. Dorian said, continue to chase their wealth with the hope you will reach them and be their equal. Never. Jay even said, shout out to Jay-Z, man. Jay-Z and, what's my man name who that got killed? He was a Crip. What's his name?
The guy what? Oh, Nipsey Hussle.
Nipsey Hussle and Jay-Z got a song called Black Messiah.
Yeah.
And oh my God, that's one of the dope songs. Rhea said, become a non-citizen, go to another country and see how that works out. My point is that if you don't like the U.S., we all have
free will and can make it happen. You can go to
I mean, trust me.
In a minute, free will might be gone. They might be shipping our ass back to Africa.
Right.
So you better.
No, they'll never do that because they won't even know how to survive. They can't even make chicken noodle soup right. But listen, Wall Street is a casino owned by banks. True. the house will always win. Facts.
Yeah, that's why you gotta get hip. With their ass.
So, Rhea, I'm not gonna lie. When I turn 65, I'm leaving.
You leaving?
I'm leaving the country. Yes, because this country has shown they would never love black folks. They would never respect us, and that we don't have this is not our home.
Yeah, Marcus Garvey.
Ever heard of Marcus Garvey? Yes, definitely heard of Marcus Garvey. And know what he done, know what he didn't do, and any point at this time, it doesn't have nothing to do with the near future, but it has everything to do with the past. And a lot of things that we learn right now is from our past. And the truth is, we didn't even learn our truth from the past. We learned what they told us. So that's the sad part. Anybody want to give us a call? Give us a call, 810-560-0658.
It's not like
Rhea said, I did download a fan base. It's not like TikTok. It's set up for monetizing its own. Yes.
Yeah, I will look into the stock.
If you ever go on my page, Rhea, if you can't, go on my page, and I got something that's talking about TikTok and Instagram. People get caught up in the hype about money. They chase money. Chasing money is not a good thing. Earning money is better. Carly, you're on there.
I love it when people say that, if you don't like it, you should leave if we got free will. That's true. But we have been brainwashed and programmed to think that other places aren't as good as this country.
Yes.
And we're afraid to think that, once we get out here, what's going to happen? We're so traumatized, oppressed, and programmed to always. We sit up here and say, we was just up here talking about some people think white people are smart.
Yes.
Well, when we agree to those things and to all of this, we are saying that they're smarter than
every time.
Every time.
Yeah.
And we buy into the programming, and like should we say, some of us are unhooked. Mark clearly is unhooked. Miles, you're unhooked.
I'm unhooked. Right.
That Matrix
right.
is a true. Is ironically, you got a black man in it, but at the same time, we are just cannon fodder for them. They won't never allow us to leave because who are they going to do all their cheap labor? Who is going to fill their prisons? Who's going to entertain them every weekend, every day? It's us. We are fools, and we are oppressed. We are mentally traumatized through this all because, like we were saying, like G was saying earlier, like a brother, there should be no starving in this country. Nobody homeless. No one should be struggling in the wealthiest country in the world. So we assume it's the world.
So we assume, right?
No, it's just a base of operations for the wealthiest people. We're not the wealthiest country. Our my tax dollars. Your tax dollars. Okay. Really? Where do you think that money goes to?
Man, nobody. Here's the thing.
Nobody knows.
It's like the UAW. Nobody knows.
Nobody
knows who owned the UAW. They say, "Oh no, the people own it." No, the people don't.
People don't. Right.
It was just a mafia group of people saying how, we make money off of niggas, spics, all that.
Yeah.
The white poor white people. We make money off of them and we get our check every month.
So being content, and settling is the biggest issue.
Yeah.
And being brainwashed and accepting the programming, accepting this, all of that.
The best thing white folks can do is let a rich black person tell other black people that they can do it. That's the worst thing in the world. And the only reason why I say that is because all black people are not created equal. Their circumstances and situations are not the same. And the fact you have to have the willpower and the oomph to do it. All black.
You know what's so crazy, Miles? If black folks, we was talking about that black excellence a couple weeks ago.
Oh, Lord.
So excellent. No. There should be at least 70 Jay-Z's, 400 Oprahs, but you look at, there's about 60 Elons. You get it?
Yes.
You get it?
Yes.
Yeah, you think that's by design. No, they allow a few of us in to allow us. Remember now, I always tell people, because unfortunately, like Mark, he got the Lions outfit on, Hey, Mark, heads up. 4 family, is not into selling expectations, because if they was selling expectations, that stadium be empty for all of the stuff that they've done.
Right, for
They
sure.
sell hope. That's the government. That is the system's job is to sell us hope.
Hey, listen, man. Listen. Lions was 0-16 and the stadium was packed.
Absolutely, because they weren't selling expectations.
They were selling hope.
Hope. That's how that works. The
That's
world
why they
sells
hired.
us
That's
hope.
why they hired Campbell, because he's an ex-football player with the hopefulness that he'll win as a coach.
I mean, everybody needs hope.
Guess what?
Our communities need hope. Hope is an amazing thing. I like hope.
Hope don't get nothing done for you.
Nothing.
Hope is
Hope
a
is not
it motivates me. Hope motivates me.
Well, that's the
I can say that.
idea.
Yeah, that's the idea of it. But how many people like you?
To participate in the system. It's all a ruse.
Yeah.
It's all one big ruse. That's all this is. We are being hoodwinked.
Bamboozled.
We get sold a bag full of wooden nickels every day. Every day. And I just want us to wake up. We are waking up, but it's such a slow wake up. It's like trying to wake a bear out of a slumber in the winter.
Right.
It's like it's impossible.
Yeah. Yep. All we need is a move. We got a movement coming. So yeah, we're gonna make the people move. You know, people looking for some action. You know what I'm saying? So,
And see, right,
yeah,
what
we
you're
looking
on,
for some action.
taking care of the families, trying to get the mental health, the action, trades and skills, because that's the only way we can finance our way up out of here.
Exactly.
Because that's where we go.
And yes, but how about this? The stuff that we put in our body. Everybody get there, but they die off because we all got diabetes, we all got heart problems, we all got cancer.
Look, what's the diabetes rate in Africa? The entire continent.
Low.
Right.
Low.
What's the cancer rate in Africa?
Low.
Right. So what's the real issue? Why is it? You ever notice that Africans don't grow beards?
I never noticed that.
I mean, you think about it, they don't.
How many Nigerians you know with a full beard like we have here in America? It's the food. We don't even eat the same type of food. That's what when you go there, you have to get inoculated. You have to get a shot.
Yes.
Because guess what the shot is for?
Yeah,
to prevent you from your body reacting to real food.
Right.
Because all we've been eating is processed. Miles, listen, it all intertwines. The mental health, the food, the oppression, the laws that we are purported. That's why I say 90% of prison, people are in there for non-violent offenses. You only have a small amount of murderers and rapists and child molesters in there, and the rest. And Mark, you could probably attest to that. Most of the dudes you blocking with is what? I was up here for selling crack, or I was doing this, or I robbed. Look, we're committing poverty crimes. Exactly. Drug dealing is poverty crime because it's an unregulated market that they said is unregulated.
Is that what you're singing, Mark?
So that's all I had to add. That's all.
Thanks, Dorian.
Thanks, Dorian, for
Thanks,
sure.
Dorian, for calling.
Yeah, for sure.
Hey, yo, we about to get out of here. It's 11 o'clock. It's been good. It's been good talking our talk today. If anybody got anything else, last words to say, call in to 810-560-0658, 810-560-0658. We are talking about should prisons focus on really rehabilitation or punishment. Yeah. I'm in the mix with it because I figure if it's a horrific crime, you should be based off of the punishment part. You should feel what your victims felt.
I'm not putting that. That's a long comment, Rhea.
What she say?
Rhea says, unpopular opinion. People that don't agree with someone else's opinion is not brainwashed. Everyone has a different perspective. And if we are so blind, be a part of the solution instead of just starting the problems and being a walking stat like Rain Man. Okay, all right.
Well, Rhea, I say it like this. Most people, if we're in America, we are brainwashed. We are brainwashed to go to school, go to college, get a good job, and work for somebody else. And sad to say, we're probably the only group of people besides white folks that believe that. Other people come here, get an education, become what they're going to be, leave here, take their monies, because our money's just worth more, take it to their country, Come back again, learn to seek foundations, build a foundation, build nonprofit organizations, bring the people from overseas over here to repeat what they done. And that's the non-brainwash part. We never hear about our people was focused to go back anywhere to learn any of our past when we don't even want to learn our present. And that's the sad part. We are brainwashed. It's sad, but very true. Whether I agree with Dorian or not, or Mark, we are brainwashed people. It's known. It's documented via religion, financial, you name it. We are subject to be brainwashed. That's the sad part. And the part that we don't get, we keep doing it to ourselves over and over again. So shout out to everybody who checked us out. Jay Sharice, thank you for calling. Thank you for calling in. Thank you for giving us your word. She said I've done all that and I do it. And I do it. Not just every once in a blue moon, but do it daily and weekly. Caller, you in there. Caller.
Hello.
Y'all trying to leave?
Yes.
It ain't 11:15. Hey, y'all came on late. Look here. It's not about, I get what you're saying. I'm not here to dispute the brainwashing thing. My thing is, okay, what are you doing about it? Yes, you have a business, other people that are entrepreneurs, but guess what? The one thing we all have in common, whether we black, white, Chinese, African, whatever, we need a team. Mm-hmm. You need people that support you. Whether you look at it like it's a job, you're still employing somebody. We all are working for someone else. It's just how you word it. It's how you look at it. It's your perspective. If we have everybody's a boss and everybody's owning their own business, what happens to the car manufacturers? What happens to you going to the store and getting stuff? People are in those jobs, and I feel like people are looked down upon. Like people look down on them like, you're working for the man. You're working for some. No, they're feeding their family and they're helping you.
Yes, but
you're a customer.
I never look down on people who have a job. I'm saying that, and yes, everybody has the power to be an entrepreneur or have an entrepreneurial family. If you're not an entrepreneur, you should have an entrepreneurial family. The Jews do it. Everyone does it except for us. The Jews, yes, they work for other people. But they would own a lid company, one would own a cup company, one would own a straw company, and what goes with that cup, that lid, and it goes with that straw. Then they own a water company, so the water go in the cup to go with the lid to go with the straw. I mean, it just those are basic economics that we do not follow. We do not.
Okay, so what company? That's your base.
No.
So you're saying it's hard for you to get people on board with your vision?
No.
I'm just asking.
No, I'm not. It's not
because
about,
people can do that, Miles. We can do that.
No, I'm talking about. It's not about getting on my vision. What I would tell you is this: I used to hate when people say black people don't support black people. I didn't get my first white clients in my 8th year in business, right? So my whole business was based off of black, and I always will be based on black. When I'm
that's a whole other topic because I don't believe in basing anything on one race.
Well,
I don't.
I mean, I do, and because everybody else does. Every other reason.
Interesting. I'm not going to alienate no other. I have a lot of people that support
you don't have
all this. And that's why I said when we had that meeting, I get what you're saying now. Like, I wouldn't want to tie certain things to those principles. Because when you make statements about, it's not that you're saying you hate white people, but that's how people hear it.
No, I don't care. If they take it like that, that's fine. Then they understand the fact that, listen, I don't care what other people think about what I'm saying. What I do care about is people understand.
Well, you should.
No, never. Because
I'm going to clear the line. I'm listening. I'm clear the line.
Okay, so here's what I have with this. The reason why Martin Luther King got killed, because he's about to initiate the Poor Man's March, right? He got killed because he came back and said, I have led my people into a burning house, right? Because this getting bit by dogs and hit with fire hydrants and bats and getting shot and stabbed wasn't the key. Ouch, ouch, ouch. Now you laying up in the hospital, damn near about to die because you believe in nonviolence. You strike me, I strike you. You strike me, I strike you. And people have no idea with the livelihood that you have to fight with. as well as a mother that gave birth to a child will fight with every inch of her strength to keep that child alive, is the way man and woman should fight to keep they race alive. The truth is, when other people, it's certain brands you never heard of in America because they wasn't meant for Americans. And there's nothing wrong with saying it. When Tommy Hilfiger said, I never meant for my...
didn't say that.
No, hold on. He didn't mean it that way, but in the fashion that people took it, he meant this. I'm not making no baggy jeans or oversized jeans. I didn't make that I didn't make my gear to fit urban wear. Shout out to fine ass Jada. Good morning, fine ass Jada. Shout out to Jada. So listen, he didn't say it like that, and he ain't mean it like that. However, everybody took it like he don't want us to wear his jeans. He was saying, quit sending me requests on something. We need more people like you. Quit sending us requests on how you think our gear should wear fall on your body when we didn't make it for urban lifestyle. There was a time, I don't know if y'all remember, Russell Simmons had what's the name of the gear he had? Fat Farm. And it was, I'm gonna stick to Fat Farm. It was he had a moose. He had a bull head, right? And one of the bull horns was broken. There were companies like Tommy Hilfiger, Nautica, and all that, like, do not put his display next to ours because of what it represented. We don't do no clown wear. We don't do cartoonish things. And if you notice, he changed the logo. So Fat Farm was a P. It looked like the United States of America flag. He changed it. This is not our world. This is not what we live in. Just because we get big don't make us the biggest and don't mean that we can change things just because we're big. Shout out to people like Jay-Z that is a trendsetter. He could take somebody who was wearing jerseys and he said, I don't know, I'm too old for jerseys. I'm too old for throwbacks, so I'm be wearing me a button up. Get you a nice pair of jeans and a button up. Then everybody changed wearing jeans and button ups. He had that influence. And on life, this is what I'm trying to tell people. When he came out with 444, he introduced them to people like, look, we've been bamboozled for real. We going through this whole thing. This is how we should start setting our precedents. And when they start setting the precedents of black people having ownership over something, wait a minute, you can have your own champagne? Yeah, you can have your own if you work at it. You don't need hundreds of millions and trillions and billions of dollars to have your own. But when you own it, you got to own up to it. You can't. People who making films, when you get in the film, you got to own up to it. People do music, you got to own up to it. This is the problem with music now. People trying to own up to a gangster image. Now they seeing like, damn, Chuck D, Big Daddy Kane, all these people on tour every single day, and I can't even go on tour for 2 days, 2 weeks, because people respect substance. If you can't respect substance, you're gonna die of a rotten core, and that's just saying. And when I say I don't care white people by myself or not, I don't, because it's meant y'all looking at the money aspect. The fact is that we're the number one consumers. I'd rather for black people to buy my stuff, and there's nothing wrong with that. Other countries do it, and they do it well. We're the only group of people who don't do it. Everybody who had their gear sold out, and we went for it. Rocawear, never theirs. Sean John, never his. Everything that we think was ours wasn't. We was fronting for people who knew the value of us, and we didn't even own our own value. But shout out to people like Starberry who making gym shoes for $25, $30. Who's making millions of dollars and said that's good enough for him. And he was doing it so kids wouldn't get teased and kids wouldn't get beat up and people wouldn't get killed for people taking their shoes and stores wouldn't get robbed. But we didn't see the significance in that. It's the same factory that Nike used, he was using. Now the tariff thing happened. People getting killed for $2,000 glasses. Come to find out it was $23 made. I don't know how I would feel stupid dying for something that cost $2,000 that I was cherishing and worshiping, and I get killed because they really cost $23. we don't understand the value. We'll call it cheap. But the truth is we cheapen ourselves and cheapen our lives by falling to the propaganda. All right, we're about to get out of here. Thank y'all for watching us. The wealth isn't in ownership when you learn to own other. No, I know that, but to own the plan. See, people get mixed up. Don't just look at that saying, because I live by that. Own nothing. But if you own the concept and you own the plan, you have ownership. And right now, if I ask people name somebody who owns everything but owns nothing but controls everything, nobody can give me an example. I can, because I understand the theory, the theme of it, because people own the plan. People own the plan. And when they say that, they mean one person don't own nothing, but a family does. This is what Mark talking about, families. The Walmart family is big as hell. The Waltons, them boys, they get busy and they own businesses, but it's not just one person. John D. Rockefeller owns the concept of schools. He did it. It's still going on. We're still falling for it. But his business invested into the making of school in the process. So the people who got wealth, shout out to what's my white guy to do this? He was down with Jay-Z, Warren Buffett. He don't own too much of anything, but he has a lot of stock, majority of stock in different businesses.
And everything.
And everything. But he sits on the board of a lot of companies. So until we start sitting on boards of companies that makes money, yeah. So just like starting an LLC, a C Corp or S Corp, we limit ourselves because of us and our lack of knowledge. Yeah, but a C Corp, LLC, S Corp, none of that make no difference if you don't have no trust. So listen, because it's foundations in there, and there's foundations and there's nonprofits, but having a foundation is different than having a nonprofit. So we need to teach that part. LLCs, that's kitty, all that shit kitty when it comes down to the money. Because no one make enough money to see the positive side of S Corp, C Corp, or LLC anyway. All right, then, y'all. We're about to get out here. Y'all been watching the Rise and Grind Morning Show right here on podcasting.
Have a great day.
You have a great day. 2026 is going to be dope. Rise and Grind. Starting, I think, the last week of December, or the first Rise and Grind will be on Spotify, iHeart Music, iHeart Radio, whatever. And we might be going to a radio station. Just something to think about. Peace.
For sure.
I pray that my love for you is bigger than what my parents have.
So you must be my daughter's new friend?
Candy, let me ask you a question.
Oh, so this him?
Rise and grind. Morning show at 9:15 a.m. Monday through Friday. Great conversation, guest appearances. 'Cause you